Hello everybody, it's Josie here. I'm going to be doing another book haul. So almost all of these books I bought second hand or from charity shops, but all of these books have a bit of a theme to them as well. So my book haul today is all around spooky, witchy, horror kind of themed books. So they all have witches, vampires, horror themes in them. Some of my favorite things in the world. So I thought I would share them with you as well. Some of these books I know more about, some I don't, so we're just gonna see how it goes. So the first one, this definitely falls under the kind of horror category, and that's this one, The Devil's Mixtape. Now, I kind of think this has a very, very cool cover, and kind of matches my top. But The Devil's Mixtape, so it feels like, at first I thought it was kind of a short story collection, but then I do think there's a sort of a theme that runs through it. So on the back, it basically says, demons, fallen soldiers, hunters, rock and roll stars are among the cast of characters thrown together in a web of legacies and second chances. The result could be never be anything but the Devil's Mixtape. And the basic premise that I read is that in 1999, this girl Ella, that's kind of, I guess, the main character, goes to school with a cache of weapons and commits a school massacre. And then she writes, I think she's behind bars, yeah. Oh no, yeah, she plans to use them. Then years later, from a hell different to anything that she imagined, it says it here, she recounts tales of other kind of deviant and violent women to her sister. So I kind of flipped through it and you can see it says Dear Nanty, I think. So she's, yeah, Dear Natty. So she's writing to her sister and she's recounting these tales. So I think you've kind of got that thread running through this book in terms of these kind of tales of these horrendous, violent acts that she's telling to her sister. It sounds incredibly fascinating. I'll give you more of my thoughts once I read it, but I think this is, I think this will be really challenging, but really interesting in the horror genre. Then the next one I've got is this one here. This is Camilla by Sheridan Le Fanu. And this is, essentially what this is the first lesbian vampire book that I know of in history. So Camilla, well, I think she's sort of bisexual, Camilla as a character, but if anybody's seen the web series Camilla the Vampire, it's fantastic. That's kind of a modern take on that, but this is the original book. You can tell, very, very short. I am kind of dying to read it because I haven't read the original. I have seen the web series. I also want to get the book that's based on the web series, but I've kind of seen some mixed kind of reviews on it, so we'll see. But I want to read this first and then possibly get the Camilla book and see what the kind of retelling is like. Then the next one, this is a non-fiction book, and this is Witches, Sluts, and Feminists. So what this is about is, they call it witch feminism. So I did a video a while back talking kind of about this concept of how the image of the witch has kind of been used through history to sort of demonize women. And this is a great kind of exploration and study of that. It's an exploration of sexuality. It's an exploration of kind of feminism and being strong and kind of projecting, and about what they call kind of witch feminism. So I think this is going to be really interesting, and I can't wait to read more about that topic. Then the next one, this one is awesome. This is called A Season of the Witch by Natasha Mostert. Now, I've actually read this book before, years and years and years ago. I think I was a teenager when I read it. And it kind of stayed with me a little bit. So the idea is that you've got this, I think this guy's a journalist, and he goes in and he investigates someone who's missing, a guy who's missing, and he stumbles upon this house with these sisters, and these sisters are very strange and they're very cool. And yeah, I won't say any more than that, but it's, I can't remember every single detail, but I do remember, and this was so long ago that I read it, that I just really loved it. And I saw it, it's a bit sad, this copy, but I kind of had to have it. And I'm kind of, this is definitely on my reread list because I want to, maybe kind of Halloween time, but I definitely want to reread it and kind of get mesmerized again. It says a mesmerizing thriller, this woman will haunt your days and keep you awake at night. And it is very good. Then the next one, this is actually a new release. So I have been anticipating this, and it's These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. Basically, this book is queer witches. So I've just read The Lost Coast, which was unbelievable. So I'm hoping this is going to be really good. That was also queer witches. Yeah, and that's all I kind of want to know. Queer teen witches. I'm here for it. Then the next one, talking about witches, is this one, and actually seems to be a thing with purple and white covers, is Toil and Trouble, 15 Tales of Women in Witchcraft. And again, this is meant to have a whole host of different types of characters, different representation, queer rep in it as well. And these are basically short stories about women, witchcraft, female witches, and yeah, that's literally just my bag. So I cannot wait to read that one. They're gonna fall, by the way. And then the last two, I was so excited when I saw this in the charity shop. So I'm a massive Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, in case no one had noticed. I sort of say it all the time. And I was kind of perusing the old charity shop and I came across these babies. Right, so these are the Watcher's Guides. And again, this one, I had this first edition when I was a teenager, and through kind of moving and having to pare down book selections, I kind of lost this. I gave it away, or I just don't have it anymore. So I saw this, and even better, they had the second one as well. So I was really excited and I kind of had to purchase them. I think they're like £2 each. And I'm loving that. I'm actually currently re-watching the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series on DVD because I'm old school. And this is really cool. So I can have my Watcher's Guides with me while I'm watching the episodes, and it's really cool. It just gives you everything from cast interviews to, oh god, quotes, scenes, going through episodes, music, all of that is in here. And if you're a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, kind of like I am, this is nice. So yes, so that is my kind of witchy, horror-y haul. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've read any of them, what you think of them, and also let me know what you found in charity shops, and let me know if you have any recommendations based on the books that I like. So I will speak to you all again very soon. Thank you. Bye.